Hey everybody. I wanted to make a follow-up video to the first video that I started in the series of college recruiting slash college scanning uh, process for all interested students and student athletes. So, quick clarification before I go on. Please subscribe to this channel, share with others. My hopes is that all the content that we put on here helps others in their pursuit of using sports and the lessons that we derive from that to become better human beings, athletes, students, players, coaches, parents. All the experiences in this channel are derived from my own personal endeavors and lessons I've learned through sport, which I apply to everyday life. So if you find the content interesting or value to you, please subscribe and share with everybody. So the follow-up to this previous video that I made, and I suggest you go back and look at the video. The nugget that I first wanted to give out was that if you're starting your recruiting or your scanning or research process for college with your family and your children, the first thing that I thought was very helpful was to look and find a paid professional, a college counselor, sort of aide, whatever you want to call them. There are a lot of reputable people out there. All you got to do is a little research. But my recommendation is that you do seek and hire someone who can help you, someone who can guide you through the process. If you go back and look at the video, you'll understand why I thought it was a good move, and also people that I know in some of the college positions agree with me. Myself, as a professional paid college soccer coach, I don't know everything, so I seek the professional of someone who specializes in that process. So the nugget that we talked about is coming up with a budget. The first thing this individual, this professional, asked my wife and I was, what's your budget? Mr. and Mrs. Alexopoulos, how much money do you want to spend for your college, for your daughter's college education? So I wanted to clarify that. He did not ask how much money do we feel the total college education will cost us per year, but rather how much money we will want to contribute towards that number. So let's take, for example, XYZ University, who has a retail value at $58,000. Upon your research, you find out that regardless if it's a state university or if it's a privately funded university, through donors, endowments, alumni, your kid can get $30,000. Okay, you qualify through your kid's grades, through everything, for $30,000. So 58 minus 30, you out of pocket are going to be at $28,000. Is your budget at $28,000? Is your budget lower? Is your budget higher? So how much money you want to spend is how much money out of pocket. Now, the first question, of course, I asked as a concerned parent is, the sun is shifting. I hope you guys are not getting glares from the videos and whatnot, but please forgive me. So the first question I asked is, he was talking about, while we're having this conversation, he was talking about free money, free money, free money. Oh, depending on, the area that you're interested in, the environment, and there's so many choices, Mr. and Mrs. Alexopoulos. There's a lot of free money. So he kept using that word free money. So of course my question was, define free money. And he said free money is money that basically you do not have to pay back. Okay, I moved away a little bit. Hopefully that the sun and the glare is not in the video. So, once again, free money, the definition for free money is money that you do not have to spend and you do not have to pay back. Not like a student loan where you're going to take out XYZ amount of money and then you have to pay that money back. So, I wanted to make sure that I understood and I was on the same page as he was with free money definition. So the budget that we set with my wife, the number that we have in mind that we want to spend is the bottom number that we going to pay out of pocket. Not the money that we will never have to pay back, not the money that we may want to borrow as student loans or our child wants needs to borrow as student loans, okay? So we wanted to make sure that absolutely everybody understands that our budget was not the total money that our child's education is going to cost per year. So if a school, once again, has a total price tag of $58,000, I'm just using a number, and if after qualifications for different scholarships, grants, whatever, whatever you can qualify for, you are getting back $30,000, there's a balance of $28,000. That money has to be paid by you. So that's your budget, $28,000. If the student qualifies for $40,000, well, then there's a balance of $18,000. So that's the money that you're going to have to spend out of pocket. That's your budget per year. Okay, that's what you want to work with. So I highly recommend that you sit down, figure out your finances, know how much money you're willing to commit to that education, and then work with a professional to find you different options within that budget. According to the person that we're working with, there's a lot of options there. There's more options, and I said that in the previous videos. This is my second video in this subject matter. There are more money in smaller, unknown, or even bigger, unknown institutions than those big brand name institutions, especially the state funded institutions. How do you know of all these things? And believe me, you're not going to know. The book that he showed us, he pulled out a book, I'm not exaggerating. You see this? It was like this big. You'd be surprised how many higher learning college education schools are out there in the U.S. I never knew. There's no way you're going to know all by yourself. I suggest you contact somebody who can guide you. And my free tip, my golden nugget before you do anything else is sit down, do your financials, and find out what your budget is. That being $10,000. By the way, you can have a zero budget, and there's a school for you out there. It may not be easy to find. It may not have a high number of enrollment for a zero budget, but there are schools out there. How easy to get into? Different story. But there are zero budget schools. So sit down, figure out your budget, and go from there. Till the next video, be blessed, have a good one, and I'll see you.